So I am Mridu Khosla,
And I'm Jason Moss.
and we are the directors of Cat Café Studio. We wanted a place where we could keep the cats that we rescue from the streets, because it's absolutely heart-wrenching and crazy to see them on the road like this, distressed, nowhere to go, no one to look at them, no one to give them food, water. And we wanted a place where we can bring them, take care of them, and find permanent homes for them. And it started with one cat, went to two, went to three, and it just went a little out of control. So initially we used to take the cats at our place, but then we realized we can't do this anymore after we decided to have 6 cats at home. So we started bringing it to our office. This is a film production studio. It's called Cat Café Studios. It's been on for 6 years. And for over 5 years now, we have been doing this in our studio premise of keeping cats, taking care of them, rescuing them, and so on and so forth. So in the last year we decided, okay, you know what, this is a place where you can play with cats, learn about cats, you can rescue them, you can take care of them, you can clear out any doubts you have about cats. And this is also a place where people can watch films, enjoy art, because it's a film studio. And it's also a place where you get good coffee. So we decided to make it a Cat Cafe Studio.
Once we did a few adoption camps, we started getting a lot more inquiries. It's really starting to take off. It's still kind of in the early stages. The main issue being, like, a lot of people in this country do have a lot of apprehensiveness towards cats and just animals in general. So for us, we decided that rather than trying to just, like, find those people and say, here, take a cat home and learn about it, like, we decided to open this place also for educational purposes. So even if those people don't want to adopt cats, they can at least still come here. They can learn about the cats. They can kind of, form their own opinion actually interacting with a cat, rather than what's being told to them from their families or what society is telling them. So in that respect, we've also had a lot of really good responses. A lot of people have come here that were otherwise unaware of cats, and, they leave pretty much being cat lovers, and then ultimately some of those people have adopted cats too. So I think once we started realizing that was what was happening, we just really kind of shifted a little bit of focus to kind of be half and half. So half pushing adoptions, half educating the public. So we're just kind of right now, we're taking it a little slow. We don't want to do this the wrong way. That's the main thing for us, because again, you're dealing with animals here. It's not like it's a product you're selling. It's lives at the end of the day. It's very important lives. So
And one of the standard questions that we get from people, and I think also you posted, is what are we getting out of it? Well, when you think of it that way, there's a lot that we take back in sense of when you get a cat adopted after you have taken care of it for months and got it to good health. Maybe at times knowing when you pick it up from the road that it might not even make it, but it does with all your efforts, and then it finally finds a perfect home. That feeling cannot be compared to any of the most fascinating or fabulous films that we make here, You always have that great feeling when you finish a good project and you've achieved something, but when you see that living being going to this great place and finally finding a proper, place to be, is just, it cannot be compared to anything.
It's a very emotional experience.
It's not just emotional, but very spiritual, and also it just makes you realize how important life is, and how how little people think of it, especially in this country. And this country really needs to wake up to stray animals, because they are animals. We are very breed oriented. 90% of the calls that we get asking for animals like cats is always like, is it a Persian cat? And it's just like, I don't know the difference between a Persian cat or a Siberian cat or an Indian cat.
The irony is the people asking usually don't know the difference either.
They don't know the difference. They just know, okay, someone has a Persian cat, it's fluffy, it looks cute, and it's the best cat on earth. But that's not true. A cat is a cat, or a dog is a dog. And we see these creatures on road, helpless, fending for themselves every day. We all see it, and we do nothing about it. We are just a bunch of 13 people in the studio. All of us work full-time here, and we also put our time into cats. And that feeling is great, because even if maybe you've not done much work today, but if you have done the work for the cats of the day, it just feels very fulfilling. It's great. Every time we walk in here in the morning, it's so much fun, because you spend the first half an hour playing with the cats, You know, of course, they don't like it much because you have to start the medicines of the day and this and that. So sometimes they don't really like seeing our face too much, but it's fun. It's a place where we want people to come and see and experience what we're experiencing every single day. And it's just that, man. Like, we just really want people to see this and just feel it, just absorb it, and they will. And you know, it's so amazing because when people take cats home and then they call us later and they're like, they thank us for giving them that family member, you know, and it's just great.
There's
because
no greater satisfaction.
yeah, because you just feel like, oh yes, we did something right, you know. And of course, like, you know, you want everyone to feel it, but for some people it takes time. You know, for some people it just happens instantly. Some people are already here knowing that they want to take a cat back home, you know. And it's not just about cats. We take care of the stray dogs around our area. If we had a bigger place, we would definitely have dogs as well. Right now we have 2 puppies, as you can see. So yeah, we want to do it for more and more animals like that, but we don't have the space, we don't have the resources. But we've done this much, and we know with the right support of the right people, it can go really far. We do not want to make anything out of it because we're already getting so much out of it. So yeah, that's it, man. Like, it's just one of those fulfilling things, nothing else.